Terrible sex tips. How can you spot them?
Numbered lists, especially past double digits. Any numbered list whose title includes "You're welcome," using the phrase "your man," over-explanation of some really fucking obvious shit.
The article we're tackling in this episode of Terrible Sex Tips gets the whole quadfecta, with 19 sexy texts and the best way to use them. Not only does this piece hand over a bunch of badly written mini-scripts, but it also suggests that the reader is ignorant of the romantic undercurrents in her own life. She needs help, even though sexy texts are not particularly challenging. As the author himself writes,
sexy text messages are very self-explanatory. In fact, you could probably think of 3 different sexy texts to send your man right now without much effort.
Yes, I could. I just thought of 30 dirty texts to send in the time that it took you to read that screen. 34. Of course, I am a filthy person with no filter. For the rest of us, there are things that the author wants us to know. 2 very important things. The first one is,
they should not be an everyday thing.
Send them once or twice a week, he writes, to keep him on his toes. The keep him guessing approach.
Keep him off balance, because without the element of surprise, your supernova hot note about how your cunt is still twitching from last night's fuckfest, it'll just land flat.
This is just one more rule for women, along with not asking them out and not calling them back until a week later. Oh yes, what we need is more coyness and game playing in our sex lives. Yeah. Also, we need to mix it up.
Be naughty and nice.
You don't want to let it all hang out, even if you are at heart a truly foul-mouthed slut. I mean, your man will just get tired of that and probably go to the nice girl next door to get married to. I mean, sure, you can tell him what you want to do to his fine ass when he gets home from work. But make sure to balance it out with something sweet about how his pillow smelled this morning. What's that? His pillow smelled like your girl jizz because he couldn't catch it all in his mouth when you were sitting on his face last night? Oh heavens, that is too dirty for a text. So, what should you tell your man? Let's take a look. Would you be mad if I made out with a girl? I'll just leave that whole trope there flopping and gasping in the middle of the floor where I hope it will finally die a well-deserved death. I blame you, Katy Perry. I don't know if this is normal, but my legs get weak when you kiss me. Take me now to a doctor. I'm going to wear the shortest skirt I have tonight with no panties. Or keep him guessing with an alternate version. I'm going to make you wear my shortest skirt tonight with no panties. I just had the dirtiest thought about you ever. Too dirty to text. Wow, I'll tell about it later. Uh-oh, now you have to come up with something really filthy. If you could only have regular, anal, or oral sex for the rest of your life, what would you choose? If you can guess what color my panties are, then I'll give you a blowjob when you get home. Pro level, I totally ran out of panties, come home before the dryer runs out. The real issue here is that sex are totally contextual and relationship dependent. What works for one couple may be bizarre, not wild, but just bizarre for another. For example, I would never dream of telling a lover that I'm going to show up in my shortest skirt. That's just default. By all means, come up with intriguing questions or games. Set the groundwork for surprises. But skip the scripts. Scripts for anything involving sex are automatically terrible sex tips because they refuse to acknowledge a simple fact. We are all individuals, and how we react to sex or anything is unique to us. That is beautiful. That is sexy. Whether you're wearing panties or not.